Hey everybody, good evening. Welcome to another edition of Rob's Little Blue Book. Got a lot to do tonight. I know we talked about a whole bunch of things last week, but I kind of went off on a tangent this week and realized I wanted to do a fusion taco recipe. This is sort of based on the Kogi taco from that's done by Roy Choi. If you don't know the story or even who Roy Choi is, he is a chef. He was the consultant for the Chef movie, and he and Jon Favreau sort of became friends, and they did the Chef show on Netflix, which is excellent. You should watch it. Um, anyway, I really like his style of cooking, and I really like what he does with food, and I really like this taco recipe, and I haven't made it in a long time, and I don't think I've ever made it this way, but it actually uses a bunch of recipes from the Little Blue Book. And I want to talk a little, and we're going to do a couple things tonight in terms of marinades and sauces that we haven't really done before. These are kind of my go-to sauces, and I was thinking about sauces and what's in the Little Blue Book. By the way, I realized there's a couple people who may not have actually seen the Little Blue Book who were asking about it, and sort of the premise behind it or the concept. Little Blue Book for me is all of the recipes that I'll go back and make over and over and over again. There's millions of good recipes in the world, but not every one of them will speak to you and the people that you care about and the people you cook food for the same way. So when you hit that home run recipe, when you find that one that you go back to over and over and over again, that's when you should put it in your Little Blue Book. And it probably won't be blue like this one. I'm not even sure this is actually blue, but when you hit them, put them in, and you'll over the years build up a book of inspiration when you're stuck for something to go to. I'm still surprised. I don't know what to make. I'll go into the Little Blue Book and realize there's things in here I've forgotten about, which is the whole point of the Little Blue Book. You can forget really fantastic recipes and things, food that meant things to you. So start your Little Blue Book. It doesn't have to be a book. It can be like a little card box of index cards or whatever. But have a collection like this. It's totally worth it. So okay, so we have a lot of ground to cover. I know I said that. I'm looking around, you guys can't see it yet, but wow, excuse me, there's a lot to do. So this stream might be a little bit longer. It's worth it. But as always, we're gonna start with a cocktail. We're doing so this is Roy Choi is born and raised, well, not born and raised, but he's an LA guy. He's from LA. That's where he did grow up there. He spent a lot of time there, and it really informed a lot of his cooking. That he's Korean, but he also grew up in the middle of a city that had a lot of Mexican cooking as well. And so what we're doing tonight is a Korean Mexican fusion taco. So I kind of went online and looked for LA cocktails because you keep it in the region, right? And LA doesn't really have I found a bunch of articles like top 10 cocktails in LA, which were all bullshit tourist kind of things. But one stuck out. It was mentioned in a few places, and it's a fun cocktail. And I had never made it, and I wanted to try it. And it's the Brown Derby, which was, all these origin stories are shrouded in mystery and all that, but came into being in the 30s. Most people say the Vendôme Club, and it got its name from some diner that was shaped like a hat nearby. But we're gonna make it, and it's a really, really simple drink. It's bourbon. Let me switch over here. There we go. So we're gonna use it's a bourbon cocktail with grapefruit juice and a honey syrup. You can't use straight honey. You have to. This is a 3-to-1. How many times I can say Little Blue Book a lot, but it's important, right? It's a thing. Honey syrup it's a 3-to-1, needs to be thinned with water or it won't mix with your drink. So you can't use straight honey. So there's that. And then an ounce of grapefruit juice. So let's put this together because I'm kind of itching to try it. So of course this has grapefruit juice in it, which is not a clear ingredient. So it's a shaken cocktail. 2 ounces of bourbon. We have 1 ounce of grapefruit juice. And then I guess just to take the edge off the, grapefruit juice, we have 1/2 ounce of honey syrup. As I said, it's a 3-to-1 syrup. I mean, you can make the ratios whatever you want. And like everything else, like make this drink your own, adjust it to your own levels for tart and sweet and all that stuff. But this is a pretty good place to start. And as always, 10 seconds is about your sort of level of diminishing returns for mixing a cocktail. You're mainly chilling the cocktail, and after about 10 seconds, it's as cold as it's going to get. There we go. All right, let's try this one out. Cheers, guys. Oh, wow, that's delicious. That's really nice. I think it's a little sweet for me. I'd hold back on the honey a little bit next time, but I definitely recommend trying it out at this ratio. That's a lovely cocktail. Okay, that's out of the way. And now we have to get on cooking, because we have a lot of cooking to do. So I'm actually going to give you guys a rough idea of what we're going to go through tonight. We're going to make a marinade. This is my go-to marinade for lots of meats. You can use this with, we're going to actually use it with vegetables. It's a sauce, it's a dressing, it's a marinade, it's anything you want it to be. You can take this again, make it your own. And we're going to do that first, because I got to get the beef in the marinade for later. We're going to make a salsa verde. We're going to make a vinaigrette. We're going to make a relish and a slaw and some tortillas later on. And then we're going to assemble the whole damn thing and eat it. Yeah, it really does make up for the Texas tea. That was not a good thing. So let's pull this over and go through some of these ingredients. Now, the nice thing about this is it's all done, it's basically all done in the blender. All of these things are done in the blender, and blenders are fantastic, and it's worth investing in a good one. I got really lucky with this one. My brother Pete neighbor put it out on the curb. Brand new KitchenAid blender. It's a great blender. Don't go too cheap on a blender. It's important to have a good one. Oh, you know what we have to do first? Okay, let me go through the ingredients here. So we've got some scallions here. We have toasted sesame seeds, onion, garlic, some kiwis, sugar, sesame oil, orange juice, soy sauce, and that is mirin. This is going to be our marinade. Now, we're not going to use all of this onion here, so I got to chop up some onion. But we will need onion throughout the night, so let's just cut this guy up. I mean, most of this is going in the blender, so it doesn't really matter what our dice is, but I think later on I need a finer dice. So if you're just making the marinade, you don't need to go crazy making it super fine, but I'm going to. Let's just get some of this away. I'm seriously considering investing in one of those vegetable cleavers that Chinese cooks use for prepping vegetables. You can just vegetables in like that. However, that's ready to go. You want to put your dry ingredients in the bottom. Oh, you know, I gotta cut that. Let's do that. You want to put your dry ingredients, of course, in the bottom first, so that the blender doesn't blow the top off and explode. With scallions, we are going to use all of them. Pack them up. This is about 4 scallions. Really? Yeah, you know what? I feel like I got a lot to do tonight. I will slow down. Um, but half a cup of onion, I figure. Half a cup plus a pinch. And the garlic, of course. That's about half a cup of garlic. 2 kiwis. Kiwis are supposed to have they're supposed to break down and tenderize the meat. I don't know if they do that or not. They taste good. So in they go. You can peel a kiwi old school, but honestly, just treating it like an avocado works fine. Scoop it out. We're gonna actually be doing a few things with spoons tonight. So, you know, a lot of chefs talk about like their knife skills, but tonight we are going to be doing spoon skills. You'll see later when we get to the ginger. Not nearly as cool, I guess, spoon skills. There you go. All right. Try and stay on top of cleaning everything tonight. Onion went in, right? Onion went in. Okay. We got our sesame seeds, sugar, all of the rest of my sesame oil. This is soy sauce. That's about a cup. This is half a cup of mirin. And this is a cup of orange juice. And I will be moving a little bit slower tonight because I literally have no counter space in the front. Okay, so we're going to blend this up and get on to the next thing. It wasn't too bad. Any questions? Any questions so far? This is going to be loud for a sec. Sorry, guys. So you don't need to go crazy blending these things. They don't need to be pureed, and just get a good consistency for marinade. This looks fantastic. Ooh, kind of judged that one right, didn't I? We're gonna need the blender again in a sec. All right, and as always, we are tasting as we go. See where we're at here. See, this is delicious. This is like you could drink this like a smoothie, man. Really, really good. Okay, so that's our marinade, and as I said, we do have to get the beef marinating. Let me show you guys. Yeah, I went to Nella Cutlery today. I haven't been there in ages, and I told the guy a little bit about the stream, and so he opened a business account for me, which was really nice, and I got 20% off everything. And so I said I'd give him a shout out on stream. So guys, Nella Cutlery, Queen Street East, really nice people, really fun stuff in there. I got the liquid measures. I got those little, these are actually wine decanters for restaurants. But they work fantastic for like prepping for stream. So, and I think that I can actually just marinate these right in this pan. It'll work. It'll work. So I'm gonna shuffle these guys over here for now. And I wanted to talk while I'm doing this. What else do I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about, come on, there was something. I wanted to talk about intent. I had a sort of not an epiphany, but oh, I know what it was. I was thinking about, so it's become kind of a, cut of beef. They are, okay, let's talk about the cut of beef, actually. It's interesting. So this is a beef short rib, and this is what's called a flanken cut, or it's called a Korean cut. Koreans use these. However, it's not really a Korean cut. It's basically an LA cut. When the Koreans first immigrated to LA, so a Korean would actually cut their short rib the other way. They'd cut it this way, and then they kind of unroll it. Like they cut into it and roll it out as a long flap. However, that cut wasn't available when they got to LA. And this is a flanking cut, which is a British style actually cut, British butcher cut. And this is what they had, so this is what they used. So I'm just gonna like put the marinade in here. But one of the things I wanted to talk about a little was, it always seems like when I cook for stream, it always turns out, like not always, like we had the hand-pulled noodles, but in general, it turns out really well. And I've said it more, it's almost like a running gag or a meme at this point that, you know, every time I make something on stream, it turns out like the best I've ever made it. And I was thinking about that, like, you know, it's not just because I'm hungry by the end of stream. Like, most stream dishes turn out really, really well. I was trying to figure out why that was. And I think what it is, and this is true for all cooking, it's intent. When you cook for people you care about, and you're passionate about what you're cooking, and you're cooking things that you enjoy, that will get into your, that gets into your food. You know, the care you take, the feeling and emotion you put into your food, it gets in there, and you can tell. And I was thinking, like, I know I mock supermarkets quite a lot, with good reason. However, you know, I would choose a grilled cheese sandwich that was a Kraft single between two pieces of Wonder Bread, if it was prepared for me by somebody who really cared about what they were making, over like a Wagyu strip loin prepared in a high-end steakhouse by some line cook who really doesn't care. So, cook with intent. I think it really makes a big difference. Okay, I also said I wanted to marinate vegetables. And we are going to do that as well. So, didn't even mention this. We're also going to do a vegetarian version of this because I feel like we don't do enough vegetarian cooking on the show stream. So I have here, you can do this. We're going to grill these when we do the meat. You can pick whatever you like. I have some asparagus here, some carrots, some bok choy. I'll probably do a little bit of onion. Chop it up, chop it in there. But we need to marinate this first. So this is all going to go in a bowl, and then we're going to grill it when we grill the meat. And I feel like this bowl is big enough. Also, I got these really cute 8th sheet quarter pans. Sorry, I only have quarter sheet pans here. I call everything a quarter sheet pan. These are 8th sheet pans, which is really hard to say fast. But again, we're just going to take this same marinade. Now, how long do you let this marinate? It's a really good question. Glad you guys asked. Obviously, for the meat tonight, it's only going to be about 45 minutes. You could probably just throw it straight on the grill, but it will benefit from marinating a bit longer. 2 hours would be great in a perfect world. Overnight would be fine. I wouldn't go longer than overnight. Once you go longer than overnight, weird things start to happen to the meat. It really actually starts to break down a bit. So don't do that. I'm going to put this in the fridge. Okay, so we got our marinade done. Any questions on that? Oh yeah, I was gonna throw some onion in there. No? Okay. Let me have a sip of my brown derby here. So next up is the salsa verde, which is in the little green book. And the sauces that are in your little green book are important. I mean, you know, you talk to any classically trained chef, they talk about the mother sauces. You know, you've got, what are the 5 mother sauces? Hollandaise, velouté, sauce tomate. There's a brown sauce too, which I forget what it's called. Anybody else? What's the 5th one? Oh, no. Oh, bechamel. Bechamel. And those are all great sauces, but the whole point of those sauces was to create a base to create with. None of those are, well, Hollandaise is technically a finished sauce. But other than Hollandaise, they're not really finished sauces. They were designed to be used and turned into something else, which is what we're going to do tonight. So in my little blue book, salsa verde is one of our mother sauces. So to do that, though, I really feel it benefits from, and let's pull over here our salsa verde platter here. Let me go through what we got here. So we got cilantro, garlic. I got serrano peppers here, tomatillos. Believe it or not, at a little Mexican place up the street, I got fresh tomatillos. If you can't get fresh, canned is just fine. I got some limes. I got some rice vinegar, 2 jalapenos, and some scallion. And of course, salt and pepper. So, but what we're going to do, and what I should have done earlier, was get the grill going, because it needs to heat up. We're going to chat for a bit while that happens. Because we are going to, we're going to roast these veggies and put some color on them, and make them nice, flavorful. And I'm unbelievable. I'm out of outlets today. I got the blender plugged in behind me. Okay, so where is my oil? There we are. But this is a non-stick grill, but the oil will help the browning process a little bit. And oh yeah, cool thing. So I'm picky about my kitchen tools, but they had tongs that I love at Nella. Not expensive, $7 or $8. Just a really great tong. I love the way they grip and everything else. And I've been looking for good tongs for a while, which means these guys, I don't need 2 sets of tongs. I need 1, so these guys are on the way out. Okay. You don't need a lot of utensils in your kitchen, guys, and you can get out of hand pretty fast. Or at least, does in my kitchen. Okay, so this is actually going to take a little bit of time, but we're going to get them on here. So you can seed these chilies or not, especially the jalapenos, depending on how much heat you want in your salsa verde. So I am, the tongs didn't do anything to me. They're just outlived their usefulness, you know? Time marches on. Okay, this is actually going to take a little while. Let me see what else we can do in the meantime. Can I do the vinaigrette at the same time? Probably do that. Okay, let's chat for a bit and let's get these veggies going here. I just don't know if I have enough space to do the vinaigrette at the same time. I'm thinking out loud here. Well, actually not out loud. No, we're just gonna do this old school. We'll do it one step at a time. But I should have preheated this grill earlier. So the thing with electric appliances is, and this has been a great little grill, but they don't heat up very fast. But yeah, you know what though? Like, I should pull them on each other too. They used to have like this nice rubber handle which broke off like the first week I had it, and yeah, it just didn't work all that well. Okay, I'm kind of thinking, just don't have enough room tonight. Wow. What do you guys think? Do you think we can get the vinaigrette done at the same time? I don't know. I think we're going to do two things at once here, guys. Otherwise, we'll be here all night. Bear with me. It's nice and orderly. This was for the relish for later. So what we can do is we're going to push... Oh, it's already crackling though. Okay, you know what? I changed my mind, I think, again, because we're going to blend this right after they crisp up anyway. Okay. Going back to the old school way. These are going to be like 5 minutes like this. We don't need a lot of color. Any other questions on anything at this point? We can handle any question at this point. I'll tell you, I'm going to be hungry by the time this is all ready to go. There we go. So we got the color on our serranos already. Come on. And you can, you guys can hear the grill too. Remember that cooking is also very auditory. There's all kinds of signals and things going on in your kitchen when you're cooking that's telling you what's going on. You won't know right away what certain sounds mean, or if something's too high or too, sometimes the absence of sound is something too, right? Not doing what it's supposed to. But you will learn, like observe and link the sound to what's going on. Yeah, I could have done that. I'm thinking, like, I'm just going to throw the ends in, I think. Like, maybe the ends are really good. Maybe they're, like, at a secret depth of flavor, or this huge umami burst, and we just don't know because people just cut the ends off. There we go. So already we're getting the color we want on the scallions. This is happening faster than I thought, which is good. Get some color on this tomatillo. And this is just going to add, a nice depth of flavor to our salsa verde. I will seed the jalapenos. Obviously I'm going to take the ends off the jalapenos because that's just a tough, fibrous, nasty thing. And like even with scallions, recipes say like use only the white parts, use only the green parts. Like, you know what? It's all good. My salsa verdes are very inclusive. No part of the vegetable gets left behind. So I want to see, the garlic's almost done, but I want to see a lot more color on the jalapenos and serranos here. I kind of feel like these guys are getting very close. Like it's a nice color there. You really, you guys can see it on the camera. You can see where the element is under the grill because it's just a huge dark ring. So if I want to speed things up, I can. And this is another thing you learn, you know, with cooking over time. Is you learn your pieces of equipment. I know where the hot spots in my griddle are. Of course, you can tell just by looking, but you know what I mean. There we go. Jalapenos are looking a little better. Tomatillos look great. Look at that. I'll tell you, I'm going to develop some grip strength using these tongs. It does smell very good. Okay, so these guys are done. I'm going to go over here. Not quite. Looking better. Oh, that guy looks good. Peppers another turn. Garlic's starting to look great. Surround's done. Other surround's done. They look fantastic. That's good. These are good. Let's get the pepper done. We're good to go. The other thing I realized is now I'm going to have this. Well, we need it out for the whole night, but it's going to get in the way. Okay, we're going to push this back. They need to just go like a little bit longer, so we're just going to leave them alone for a sec while we prep other stuff we need to prep. So I want the juice of 2 limes in here, roughly. We're going to get our blender back. And I always said start with the whole ingredients first for the solids, but I got nowhere else to put the lime juice right now, so in they go. Awesome. Okay, this is cool. Ooh, that's hot. Tortillas out. So if you're doing this at home, it's not bad to let things cool before you dig into them and put them in the blender. You might want to wait a few minutes. These are my tongs. There we go. And the jalapenos are almost done now, which is great. There we go. Vinegar. And I have a rough idea of how I want this seasoned, so I'm just gonna go ahead and find my salt and pepper. Salt too. Oh, here it is. So I want a good solid pinch of each salt and pepper. Now let's get these peppers broken down. So as I said, if you want a really spicy salsa verde, and that's definitely not wrong, feel free to leave the seeds in. However, not everybody likes super hot salsa verde, so I'm going to, I'm just going to trim these, take the seeds out. I knew this carving fork would come in handy. See, it's not just for meat. It's for handling hot peppers. Ooh, it is hot. This is a little ridiculous, but it's working, so why not, right? Go to the ends. You go away. And so I have it seems a lot dimmer in here to me tonight because I have this I changed the color of the lighting. Oh, the cilantro. Of course, the cilantro's got to go in. Lots. I have a feeling this is going to need some liquid. It just doesn't look like there's enough liquid in here. Let's see what happens. No, it looks good. Sorry for the noise, guys. Almost there. Oh, wow, it smells so good. Okay. There's our salsa verde, guys. Look at that amazing color. Really happy with that. You can see that incredible bright green color. Without the shadow. Okay. So another thing done. That's good. Let's cover this guy up for now. Salsa verde done. See, we are getting through it. Yeah, it's only 20 to 8. We got lots of time. Any questions on salsa verde? Okay, moving on to the vinaigrette. And I promise this, you will see how all this comes together at the end. It will all make sense. Try and stay on top of the cleaning. You know, I kind of miss the hydrate emotes. Does anyone this salsa verde just straight up? We should actually taste it. We didn't taste it. That has some kick. I'm glad I took the seeds out. Tastes amazing. Really good. Yep. Very happy. Okay. Where were we? We are on the vinaigrette. Right. The no sauces rule. That's right. Let's go over the ingredients for the vinaigrette. We have rice vinegar, mirin, sesame oil, soy. I've got some salt and pepper in here. This is goju-karu, which is Korean red pepper flakes. Got some sugar, got some garlic under here, and some scallion. And again, this is all going in the blender. Now, we did talk about how knife skills are important, but that spoon skills are equally important. So let's show you how to peel ginger. You can peel ginger with a knife, but it's really easy just to do with a spoon. Skin just comes right off, and it's way faster than a knife. Just, I don't know what it is, but it just comes right off. So there you go. Those are my 2 spoon skills for tonight. You can use it for what did I use it for earlier? The kiwi and the ginger. So we're going to use this vinaigrette to dress the slaw, which is going to be one of the toppings for our taco. Get rid of this. And since this is going in the blender, now ginger is very fibrous, so I'm going to slice this pretty thin because I want to give the blender kind of a head start. Watch your fingers, guys. But that will help. And we're going with that. And I guess, oh, the scallions. So these scallions are going to be, again, we're going to use the whole, not there. Really kind of box myself in this week. Again, I guess when it comes to Korean fusion cooking, you use the whole damn thing. You know, it just goes in. It's all good. Okay, so there's our rice vinegar. No, wait, that was mirin. This is rice vinegar. Some soy. And you guys all know me, and I know I'm not... a peeler is actually harder, though. A peeler doesn't work all that well on ginger, because that's the way I used to do it. However, what I was going to say was, all you guys know me, so if you want these recipes, let me know, and I'll just take a picture of the little blue book and send it. I don't think Logic doesn't know me. And if you can leave a comment in the comment section below. Isn't that what they say on YouTube these days? Okay, got a big stack of quarter sheets here. Last thing for the blender. Lid. Here we are. Wipe down. And I was really hoping this was going to fit in my mason jar, but it looks like it's too much. Yeah, well, I used to just, when I peeled ginger before, it was a little bit wasteful. I would just like cut it straight down and make like a rectangle out of it, and I'd waste a lot of ginger, which ginger's not expensive, but you don't want to waste ingredients. It's not respectful. I have high hopes for this jar. Looks good. Oh, I'll have higher hopes for it. Oh, that's never going to fit in here. Who am I kidding? Well, let's see. Going back to Nella for more... Yeah, that's going back in the blender. Not quite ready yet. See if that's any better. Yeah, it's good. Not quite as rustic as it was. It doesn't need to be super thin. As I said, like, little chunks here and there are going to be okay. Put that off to the side. Oh, I'm lazy with the tasting tonight. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's really good. Everything you guys saw, like, on my mouth just exploded with saliva. That tastes really good. Everything we've used so far tonight has been so amazingly fresh, and it's really coming through in all the flavors. So, very happy. Any questions on the vinaigrette? This will all make sense in a second. Okay. Let's do the slaw. That was my bowl for the slaw too, which is kind of annoying. Okay, and then we're gonna cook everything up. So let's do the relish. We'll do the relish. Where's my onion? So this is too much onion for the slaw, but I can use this bowl if I can find another bowl. Get rid of some of the onion here. I want about I don't know, like half an onion here. For the slaw, I feel like that's about right. And we want some cilantro. Did I save some cilantro? I did. Smart. So in this particular case, we want our cilantro pretty finely chopped here. And again, I'm going with the flow. I got the stems in here. I washed all this earlier. But you can use all your cilantro. You don't need just the leaves. Stems are good. All flavor. So this onion cilantro relish is actually a pretty traditional Mexican topping garnish. The onion, yeah, it's about the right ratio. And your eyes will tell you, what your ratio is right. The color's there. I got the nice green and white. We want some lime juice in there. Let's do that. So by the way, this is a little closer to the kind of cooking I do, or the method on a regular weeknight. It's a little less streamified tonight. There's so much going on. But that's okay. Like, take your time with your cooking. You're supposed to be enjoyable. I love doing this. Just kind of got to go with the flow, right? Okay, so that's our relish, and it's definitely going to need a little salt and pepper. Not a ton. Maybe a decent pinch of both. Maybe a little more salt. We'll give that a stir and a taste. Even this smells great. A little more pepper. Okay. Very tasty. Also good to go. Now finally, the slaw, and then we are going to start assembling these tacos. So the way, well, let's talk about how we assemble them after. Let's get this going here. I need about 6 scallions here, and I will take the ends off here for appearance's sake. We're going to slice these. We're going to slice these on the bias, which just means on an angle. Again, you want to take your time doing this. And the reason you slice them on the bias is just sort of to maximize the exposure, the surface area of the onion. I could even go even more. Like, I'm going to do really put an angle on it here. Get some bigger pieces. And it just comes down to like how big you want your pieces to be, right? I feel that's about right. Let's get the rest of it in there. Now, real question is, do I still have a bowl left to even mix this in? I do. Perfect. Okay, so we got that. We want, okay, the vinaigrette. Where's the vinaigrette? The vinaigrette we're going to dress the end. We want about half a cup of cabbage. I got a cabbage around here somewhere. There we are. It's about half a cup. And, we want this thinly sliced, so just, go slow, take it easy. Try and get this pretty fine. Cabbage can be fibrous. You want, if you're doing this, you guys can see, like, I've got the knife is resting against my knuckles. And this keeps me from whacking off my fingertips accidentally, which is really important. Now you have a choice here. You can, and I'm going to split these. Sometimes I leave the cabbage long strands like this for like a coleslaw, but since this is going to be a taco topping, I'm going to just cut it in half. And we're going to take a little romaine and do the same thing. Sacrifice that a little bit. You want some fresh stuff here. What are you guys saying? Oh, it's about half a cup, right? Nice color. Okay. And of course, salt and pepper. But I'm gonna dress it first, and then I'm gonna taste it, and then I'll correct the final seasoning with salt and pepper. Yeah, even the fresh vegetables smell great. Now, this is one place. So since this isn't a salad that somebody's going to eat, it's more of a condiment. So you can actually be pretty heavy-handed with the dressing. So I'm going to dress this more than I would a salad. Yeah, that's about right. Get a little. You can see like I have quite a bit of dressing here. So if this was a salad, I wouldn't want to put this on somebody's plate and have them eat it. But for what we're going for, it's the right thing. Taste. That was pretty good, actually. I'm going to just a hint of pepper. A pinch more salt. It's pretty acidic, which is what you want, because it's going to help cut through the fat in the taco. Feel that's good. Feel that's good. We're going to put that. So, of course, if I was doing this, I'll pop back here for a second. If I was doing this on a weeknight and I was just, just cooking, I would have all this stuff ready to go. I wouldn't be, I'd be reaching into the fridge for the vinaigrette. And I would be reaching into the fridge for the salsa verde. And it's actually, I'm feeling okay about the raw veggies right now. The leafy greens for me are pretty much okay in terms of allergies. So let's play it by ear, but so far so good. But as I was saying, I'd be reaching into the, you see the containers, right? Like, happy to make this for you guys, and I'm so happy I got to show you how to make it. But normally I'd just be going to the fridge and grabbing my container. And this kind of meal actually goes together, despite what we're looking at here, goes together really fast. So, how are we doing for time? Well, we're going to go over time. Not that we have a time limit. I don't know what I'm talking about. No time limit here. Do what we want, right? But what we do have to do is make the tortillas. So that's going to be next. A very small bowl for making tortillas. You can buy, by the way, corn tortillas. I buy them all the time. They're great. But I want to show you guys how easy it is to make tortillas. So we're going to do that. And let me pop back to here. Nope. There. Oh, and I got small again. I have to learn how to do that. Okay. This is masa harina. You can get this. You can get this anywhere. You can even get this. You can get this. This is corn masa flour. I did. So the only difference between this and corn flour is this is slaked with lime, not lime juice, like actual lime. And I've done that a couple times. It's incredibly caustic and dangerous. And honestly, it's just not worth it. The mix is great. So don't slake your own lime. It's overkill, even for me. Just the mix is just fine. And it's about a cup of this. And I can't read the package because my eyes aren't good enough, but I'm pretty sure it's about 3/4 of a cup of water. So let's do that. Again, you're going to have to adjust it based on how it's turning out in terms of consistency. Normally I would do this in a bigger bowl too, but we'll get there. There we go. That seems about right. So any questions, guys, on tortillas or making your own stuff or just anything? I know it's hard to envision what's about to happen here. I promise it's worth it. And I think I kind of nailed the consistency. Obviously, you can adjust it, but I just know I've done this a lot. I know how these are going to turn out. Perfect. Okay, you can go away. Get this back out. And I used to make these with my daughter all the time. I still have my old tortilla press. Tortilla presses are dirt cheap. You can get them in any Mexican market. You can get them on Amazon. They're really easy. There's a couple ways to do this. You do have to line the inside with wax paper or saran wrap. And what I normally do is this, actually. If you go to a dollar store, you can get these wax paper squares. They're mainly, I think, for burgers, but they work amazing for tortillas. And you just have like one like this. I'm not going to do a ton of these tonight because that's it. Too big. So this guy's too big. And we're just gonna very, very thin. Still gonna use them because I'm like, oh yeah, not so good. Anyway, that'll be our tester. We're gonna keep going. So I need obviously a smaller one. I want pretty small tortillas. For these, you're aiming for about 4 inches. It's just too big. That's too small. This is about right, but I have a feeling this tortilla is very thin. No, it's okay. Yeah, so we kind of Goldilocks this one. This is about what we want. They are pretty fragile until they, especially when they're this thin. Yes, I am aware I have a wood cutting board over the fire here, but not for very long. You don't even need to crank them. It's perfect. And again, so the one thing I will say, guys, the one warning is that once you start making tortillas like this, you cannot go back to store-bought. So don't do this. Don't taste them unless you're willing to do this. And don't get me wrong, it's so easy. But this will be the way you make your tortillas. This will be the way you have them going forward because, oh, it's a big one. They just taste so amazing. Oh, this one. Squish this guy a little bit thin, I think. No, it's alright. ripped them. Another tester. Let's see how we're actually doing in tortilla land. Yeah, there we go. That one's not ready. These misshapen ones I'll probably deep fry into tortilla chips later. But I want to get 2 more good ones for dinner, for tacos, that we can eat. All right. I feel like this is a little bit small, but whatever. There we go. Getting better at it. It has been, I will admit, it has been a little while since I made corn tortillas from scratch. Come on, let go. There we go. Really sticky. I think the dough is just a little bit wet. It doesn't want to let go. You know, it's going to be Frankenstein taco night. The dough is it's a little bit moist. I'm just going to roll with it so we can eat. But you get it. You'll get it. Oh, there we go. You get a sense for it. You know, you develop a feel for how much dough is in your palm, and yeah. Being really gentle with this one. I really want this one to work. There we go. Close enough. Okay, I feel like we are going to get enough out of what we got on the grill to make this work. So this can go away for now. Yeah. Let's see where we're at here. This one looks done. Best of the lot, that guy. That one's almost done. That one's almost done. That one just went on. Okay, you know what? Just out of curiosity, let's do a comparison. I'm gonna get one of the. So I got these at a little Mexican market where I got everything else today. Let's do a little comparison. Into my backup corn tortillas. We'll just warm that guy up, and we'll do a taste test. Cut that on for two. Okay, how are you guys feeling about everything tonight? The way things are going? This one's done. This one's almost done. It's a very colorful meal, isn't it? This is one of the things I love about both Korean and Mexican cooking like this, is the colors are amazing. Okay. Yes, lots of veggies tonight. Speaking of which, I gotta figure out now, we're actually ready to just cook these guys up and eat them. Let me make sure I have enough room to actually do so. I forgot totally about my brown derby. which is still good, but not nearly as cold as it was. Okay, let's get everything on the grill here. So I'm not going to cook up everything because I don't have enough space on the grill. So I'm going to try and do a couple of veggie ones and some I told you guys what vegetables these were, right? We got some baby bok choy here, which I actually want to take the end off. There we go. This smells fantastic. That's going to take a little bit of time. Let's get the meat on. So according to Roy Choi, one of the secrets to this whole recipe was that he kind of double caramelizes the short ribs. And it was kind of by necessity because they were working in a taco truck, so they fried up all the short ribs and then minced them, and then they would put the meat mix back on the grill when they were ready to serve. Which is exactly what we're going to do here tonight. Those are going to be like 2 minutes aside, so let's set a timer. Poke our veggies here. The veggies are probably going to take longer even than definitely going to have leftovers here. Oh, I'm gonna hydrate. Can you guys see the grill okay? Got all the grill action? Got some good color on the bok choy. And of course I'll take the vegetables off and we'll dice them up. Not dice them, chop them up to, like, you know, bite size, whatever. The nice thing for me too is these are veggies I can eat because they're all grilled. Yeah, it's vibrant, eh? I mean, happy with the food cam for sure. It's been a great camera, but it's a night and day difference than the old camera. But I love the colors. Okay, bok choy is almost done. All right, let's see where we're at here. Yeah, that's a ticket. Good color on them. Could have even maybe gone a little bit longer. I'm going to do 3 minutes on this side. And let's flip our veggies. I'm turning the asparagus, they're fine. Let's get these carrots turned over. Ow, ow, ow. Carrots are definitely going to take a little bit longer than I thought. We'll sample the meat ones first. Yeah, you know, it's wow, yeah, it's hot in here. It's like 29 degrees, almost 30 degrees in here now, so yeah. It's also the warmer lights. Like I can, well, let's do an experiment. But we have 3 minutes. Give me a sec. Okay. Now, well, is that better? So that I switched over to daylight. I had the lights on like an indoor warm setting. Now we're on a daylight setting, and I mainly did that so that I can watch this later and see what the difference is. But you guys can tell me as well. I should have made more tortillas. I'm gonna run out. I feel like these are done. That's better? Okay. Well, so much for that experiment. I'm gonna mix the veggies up in here. They look amazing. Yeah, let's put them back. This one's done. I'm lazy to just take that off for now. Oh yeah, food can. You guys gotta stay on me for that. Okay. I'm just taking the bone section off. There is a little bit of meat in there, but I'll pick it out later. That'll be a good snack for me later. But in the meantime, let's get this going. Well, I'm just going to cut it. Am I on? Yeah. So they don't have to be like small dice or anything, but we're just cutting it into like bite-sized pieces like this. And I feel like since we're not in a taco truck, I can just serve that. I want the carrots to go just a little bit longer, and the asparagus just a little bit longer too. All right, we are going to be tasting on the fly. I hope everybody's okay with that. I'm just going to put one together somehow, some way. That looks significantly less red. Oh, that's good. Okay, so that was kind of an experiment, but I want to try all these guys. So let's just put one together for a taste test and see where we get to. Okay, order of operations. The taco, the tortilla rather, and then the meat. Just put a little bit in there. Okay, and then meat, veggie. Okay, and then I want Actually, that's actually going pretty well. Put this down for a second. Salsa verde, where do we put that? Salsa verde is here. So good slug of that. And then we have our wonderful relish on top. And where'd the slaw go? Here we are. Nice chunk of slaw. There we go. Hope you guys can see that on camera. Does that look all right? Let me just hold that up for you. Look at this. Using all the wide angle today. But there you go, guys. That's the Kogi taco. We're gonna give it a try. It looks really good. I have been very ambitious in this filling. Let's switch mode here. Okay. Cheers, guys. Wish me luck on this one. Mm. Mm. Wow. Mm. There's a lot going on there, guys. It tastes, honestly, it tastes like what it looks like. It tastes really great. It's just all the flavors. It's an amazing blend that's just falling apart on my plate. Mm. So normally you double up the tortilla, which I didn't do because we're kind of short on them. But I probably should have. Mm. And it's not too spicy for Serena. So I'm going to get one of these together for Serena. She can put in the chat, do you want short ribs or do you want to try the veg? How am I going to actually do the veg? And we'll find out in a sec. Veggie, that's what I thought. Okay. Give me a sec. Let me, this is much more akin, as I said, to the cooking I do on a regular basis, where no matter how simple what I'm making, I seem to end up using every single utensil in my kitchen, and plate and dish, and I love it. Let me just... I gotta say, I'm a little so good. Hang on just a second. I am having a little bit of a longing right now for like cacio e pepe with 3 ingredients. Okay, let's get these off the grill. We're kind of done with the grill. Again, you got nice, beautiful color on these. Oh, you guys can't see because there we go. So there's our veg for tonight. It's pretty hot. Just run a knife through it to make it bite size. Here we are. Again, give this a little toss. Wow, this is really good. Smells so good. Okay, this is the Serena one. And we're gonna go, I'm gonna actually double this up because it's messy. Get a good mix of veg on there. Oh, watch way. I feel like lights aren't as bright tonight for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. Salsa verde. It's clear I wouldn't last more than about 30 seconds in a food truck, right? But it is kind of like a dream of mine. I would definitely do that. One of my secret dreams is to open a pay-what-you-can food truck and just drive it around Toronto and serve food to people who probably don't get enough to eat. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back and see if my still works. It does. Be right back, guys. Oh my gosh. Not even... Okay, I'm back. Okay, guys. So, that was a lot. I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Does anybody have any questions about what just happened? Because I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I might even make another one right now. But as I said, you could prep all of this like well in advance, right? Like this is something once the stuff's in your fridge, and salsa verde is phenomenal, and you can use it for anything you want. Show you guys another one together here. So don't think this is like a super complicated thing, and even so, it's like we've only been at this for not including the cocktail, this is still only running at an hour, which is not like unreasonable to make, in an hour to marinate the meat, to make the salsa verde, the vinaigrette, the relish, the slaw. Did I say salsa verde? Relish, slaw, vinaigrette. Yeah, and the tortillas. So even if you were to do all this, from scratch on a night, not an unreasonable amount of time. Definitely a fan of the salsa verde. It's really good tonight. I'll load up a bit on that. Got a little relish to go on. And the slaw. Heavily dressed slaw. Excuse me, guys. I'm going to take another bite of this. And again, I've filled it up way too much. Unbelievable. Very, very good. And again, once again, I've made something that I'm really happy with. I'm glad I got to show you guys. Going with what we talked about earlier about thought and intent and everything, really feel that it really comes out in your cooking when you do stuff like this. I'm falling apart now. So, we could talk a little bit about next week. Because it'll take me that long to put my kitchen back together, I think. But do you guys have any thoughts or requests or things that you would like to see? We talked a little bit about going back to Italian. I know we talked about that at the end of last week, and look where we ended up. But I feel like, return to Italian could be okay. We talked about doing like cannelloni and filled pasta and stuff like that. We haven't done that yet. We haven't done ravioli either, which is really fun. Or tortellini. Tortellini's fun. So yeah, if you guys think of something, throw it out in the chat. I'm going to keep eating. Messy, but good. Finish this guy off. Okay. Poutine. That's right. I'm actually shocked we haven't done poutine yet. And one of the reasons I want to do poutine is because I have an amazing in the in the little blue book is my homemade gravy recipe. And I want to show you guys how to make that. It's just a fantastic all-purpose gravy, which you can make your own and do whatever you want with. But that would be a really good excuse to do poutine. So next week is going to be poutine. Also, poutine, 3 ingredients. I love it, except for the gravy. But yeah, I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. So if you guys don't have any more questions, I am going to finish my beer, survey the wreckage of my kitchen. As always, and I know I said this before, like I normally clean as I go. Not quite as bad, but we had a lot to cover tonight. So if nobody has any other questions, I'm out of here. Thank you so much for joining me. I love doing this for you guys, and talk next week.